What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to 3 to 5 Minute Teachings with TC. And today I'm gonna dive right into a topic, a most popular topic that everybody wants to talk about, but nobody wants to respect. Do you know why the Bible tells us that sex before marriage is wrong? Or why it's wrong in general? See, most of us think that sex is just a physical encounter. We think about the pleasures of it all. We think about the way that it makes us feel and the way that, it takes us up in the moment. But see, it's really a spiritual encounter. See, the Bible tells us in the book of Genesis that for this reason, man leaves his father and his mother and cleaves. See, that word cleave, that's talking about sex. See, anytime in the Bible where you see cleave or where you see go into or Abraham knew his wife and she conceived, that's talking about sex. See, sex is a spiritual encounter. And the reason why you're only supposed to know one person in this lifetime, one person, you're only supposed to know one person in this lifetime, and that's the person that you're married to, is because when you have sex with somebody, you swap DNA. You swap DNA spiritually. Everything that they're encountering, now you're encountering. This is why when you're messing with somebody and you have sex with somebody and they're an angry person, then you become angry. Or this is why when somebody battles depression extremely hard, you start battling depression extremely hard. This is why you just begin to transfer. So this is why it's very vital and it's very important to know this. I wish I would have knew this when I was young. If I would have had this information when I was young, I promise you, I would still have my virginity. I would still be a virgin. And the reason why I would still be a virgin is because I did not know. The enemy tricked me in ignorance. He made me want to be cool because I was at school and everybody was making up these stories about how they've had these sexual encounters. And I was supposed to be the cool kid and I didn't have any stories to tell. So I went and I created some. But little did I know, they were making up their stories. And I wish I would have knew that then. I wish I wouldn't have been ignorant then. Because if I wouldn't have been ignorant then, I would still be, and if I would have knew the truth, I wouldn't have did that thing. I wouldn't have begun to have sexual encounters. I wouldn't have begun to destroy my spirit, and I wouldn't have to purge, and I wouldn't have to fight the things that I fight to this very day. And I wouldn't have to war against the things that I war against this very day. I'm standing outside because I want to show you the place where I had my first sexual encounter. And the reason why I want to show you this is because I was 11 years old. I was dumb. I was 11 or 12. I was dumb. I was naive, and I wanted to be cool. And we were in the neighborhood, and this is the place. Back there, straight back there. If you walk all the way back there, it's like a big ditch and it's like a big well and it's a big sewage and it's a big opening. And me and two of my brothers and two young ladies went back there and we did some things that we weren't supposed to be doing at our age. And from this moment that I did that, back there in that ditch back there, if I walk all the way back there, I could show you what it's like. From that very moment, my life changed forever. I began to go downhill. I began to experience and do things that I should have never experienced until I was married. But I did, and it took me on a downslope. And if anybody knows me, from the time I was 11 or 12 years old to the time I was 20, I battled with that thing very heavily. I battled with the spirit of lust, the spirit of perversion, sex very heavily. I was a sex addict. And that is because the enemy tricked me in my ignorance and got me to do something out of ignorance. And he got me to do something to be cool, and it took me down a long spiral. But at the age of 20, when I came into the truth, I made a decision that I was no longer gonna allow myself to be a slave to that. And the Lord delivered me from it. And I'm 6 years, it'll be 7 in October. 7 years I haven't done anything. There's been 2 encounters where it almost happened, but by the grace of God, it didn't happen. And I'm here to tell the story. So listen, sex, this is the reason why we should not have sex before marriage. This is why you should wait until your partner. If you've already done it, I understand just about the whole world has, it's okay. You could be purged, you could be clean, and then you could be celibate until you meet your man. And then both of y'all can go through spiritual deliverance, come out from everything and come out from every person that you've ever slept with and everything that they've dealt with and be purged from it. And then you can make your union right before the Lord God. So I just wanted to teach that today. This is why sex before marriage is wrong. And this is why the Bible tells us that we're only supposed to sleep with one person, and that's our husband or our wife. Y'all have a blessed day.